All right.
Mm.
So moving on. Trace has a baby, and before he has to get dragged away, if that baby needs him,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need you to talk about this thing because it's been on my mind all week.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you
yeah.
told me not to look it up, and I have not looked it up, and I give it about an hour a day. I sit and I
Of thought.
ponder what it could be.
Yeah, it's very it gives no information to what it actually is.
I have a
And
few
actually,
theories, if I
okay,
may.
I left out a word. It's a three-worded thing. Do you want me
Oh,
to
okay.
say the extra word or
Yes.
do you want to guess first?
The secret word, the
I
missing
think this
link.
the secret word will point you in a direction, but I don't think you'll get it
Here's what I
still.
want to know. Here's my
Okay.
question for the secret word.
Yes.
Does it come before or after or in the middle?
It is
I think it
so
just
I
depends on the mood it's in.
earlier this week I sent you guys Vent Haven. The
Yes.
last word would be Vent Haven Museum.
Okay. Vent Haven Museum. So,
Yeah. And I will say their tagline on their website claims to be the only museum of this type in the world.
Okay.
That's like the second line is
Vent.
the
well,
only
now it makes
museum.
me think it is a Vent Museum.
So okay. So Haven Museum. Is it a
Vent Haven.
museum for people who like hid in vents? Oh, is it? Wait, it's a museum. Wait, I know exactly what this is. It's a museum with paint like framed photographs from all movies where there's a scene of someone in a vent, right? Die Hard.
So
Uh,
that's it. That's the
other
only
Die
one.
ones.
Hard.
Other ones. There's other ones, but you know,
That's
maybe it even has Batman Arkham games in there because there's always a vent in that. Spider-Man has vent in his game too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is not correct, but it is interesting. That's a good
I'd
guess.
go to that museum because I'd be like, oh wow, that movie does have a vent scene. Wow, I didn't know
Yeah, I
that.
would love to
Yes.
see all three pictures.
Police
I will
Academy, I'm sure,
say
has plenty of vent scenes. One
Vent
of those is
is
7 movies.
Vent is kind of the hint, but it would be so hard to connect these dots.
Vince Vaughn.
Vent. So Vent is part of the answer. Vent is
Okay, so
within
it's a
the
bunch
answer.
of like HVAC systems throughout the year.
No.
It's like a more open theater, and it's people just like venting about their like discretions and stuff.
Good
Um,
guess.
what is this?
Vent Haven claims to be the world's only museum dedicated to ventriloquists. Huh?
Ooh,
Damn.
So
Vent
if you,
Haven.
Oh, I
yeah,
don't
if
know
you,
if I want to go there then. That
yeah,
seems creepy.
No,
that's why I
it's just
shared it
ventriloquists.
because the picture they have, Van can pull it up and probably share it or put it on the episode, but
Yeah.
it's almost like stadium seating of the original post that I saw said that they
Hmm.
were ventriloquist dummies donated by the loved ones of ventriloquists who have
Oh,
died.
Mason,
I
you
don't
got to
think that's
see
accurate.
this.
I think it's just retired ventriloquist dummies and they're
This is
just
the one I'm gonna
propped up.
share.
It's really weird. It's
Let
really
me.
weird.
I gotta show you this, Mason. This is nutso, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
Yeah.
Here,
of
hang
that.
on.
Not a big fan.
Uh, it is in Kentucky.
Of
Okay.
course it
Of
is.
course it's in Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah, northern Kentucky.
And let's see this. No. Oh, they are in the seats.
They are
Yeah, they're
the
sitting
stadium.
in these seats.
Absolutely not.
Look at that, dude.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
I knew there would be like a portion of people that were like into this thing, and then a portion of people that'd be like, "That's the worst thing ever." I'm in the latter boat there.
Yeah, dude, me
Look at
too.
that, dude.
I would
When I
never
saw that
show up.
image, I was like, "I have to share this."
Oh my god.
Fort Mitchell,
Who's
Kentucky.
this?
Why is that one's tongue sticking out? I think it's making fun of
Oh,
me.
I think that's why she loves that. That's why she's holding that one. It's her favorite, probably.
I want to know if she's married.
So if you're,
Probably to one of the
it is
puppets.
actually,
That's
it's
upsetting.
very
That's
the
upsetting
very
to look at.
northern tip of Kentucky. If you're in Cincinnati, Ohio, you're like 4 minutes from it. Like it is right
Oh.
there. So
Retired
if anybody's not,
ventriloquist dummies.
yeah, some were claiming
So
it was
it's when they're so all of Jeff Dunham's dummies are gonna go here.
Jeff Dunham does have
Maybe.
a section in the museum,
Oh.
but I don't know if I don't think
Just
they're
like when he
retired.
dies, they're gonna put him in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you,
Oh.
when he dies, he should become a puppet. He should become a
Yeah.
ventriloquist dummy.
So
Uh,
it was started by a guy whose dad was a guy named W.S. Berger. That his dad was a stage performer. I don't know what he did or who he was, but he was just backstage with his dad, and he like collected this kind of stuff, and so it opened in like the 70s.
So it says, please do not handle Mason. Don't touch that one, Mason. We know you
Yeah.
want to.
I don't like how
He's like, oh, please
made
don't
up
touch.
they are.
Please don't handle me.
Look
Don't
how
handle
crisp
me.
their like paint, like their makeup and
That's
stuff
what I'm
is. I don't
saying.
like
Oh, what
that.
about this guy? Hello.
I don't like that guy behind him, the white faced guy. That
No seats
guy is
available for
possessed.
you. Sorry, no seats available.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Isn't
cheating.
that
They're good.
terrible?
Dude, that's crazy.
She's a
So
mad
do
girl.
you
She's a mad lady. She's trapped us here. Help me. She turned me into a
I
doll.
wanted I want to tell you the first
Mhm.
doll or the first dummy. They call them dummies, which feels rude. The first dummy in his collection. He bought it on a business trip in New York City, which
Oh.
started the whole thing. A doll named Tommy Baloney was
Okay.
the first one.
Tommy Baloney may be the first, but I am the favorite.
It has a collection of roughly 1,500 books, 1,145 dummies, over 5,000 photos, and countless other artifacts from handwritten letters to playbills.
Oh.
Man, that's awful. I want to go. We should do a
No,
trip.
thank you. No, thank you.
Come
Very,
on, let's do
very
a road
northern
trip.
tip of Kentucky.
That'd
Here's
be
the thing.
fun.
My first like boy girl party in middle school, we watched two scary movies.
Uh-huh.
One was Dead Silence, the other one
Yeah.
was
Love Dead Silence. That's such a good movie.
Vacancy. Have you seen Vacancy?
Yes,
The
I
like
have.
the off the road motel?
Pretty good. I like that one too.
Right. So
I
we
love
watched
Dead
both of them.
Silence.
Yeah. At the end, we took a vote on everyone there. So there's like five guys, five girls.
Sure.
Like,
Good
which one
ratio.
was scarier? I was the only person that voted for Dead Silence.
Really?
And I still
So
think to that
scary.
day I
I love it.
rewatched it a few years ago, and it's definitely not as scary as I remembered it.
No.
But
It's good though.
dude, it is creepy. It's
It used
not.
to
It's a creepy movie.
that used to scare me more than anything when I was younger.
Yeah, me too.
It's the nursery rhyme that goes along with
Yeah.
it. It's so
Beware the stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children, only
the
dolls.
dolls. Oh
And
man,
if
it's so
you
good.
what was the next part? And if you see her in your sleep or something, no, I don't remember. But yeah, that terrified me for years, dude.
Beware the stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children, only dolls. And if you see her in your dreams, make
Yeah.
sure you never ever scream, or she'll rip your tongue out at the seam.
Oh, I didn't know there was a third
Okay.
part.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's probably like not, yeah, it's probably
It's
not
not
like.
scary. I
I
recommend
love it
everyone
though.
watch it. It's
I
not
love it
that
because I
creepy.
watched it when I was younger and it scared the
Yeah.
piss out of me. And so like now, watching it now kind of gives me like this empowerment over it, and I just love it.
Yeah,
I still think
it's
it's
like
fun
the
though.
Chucky movies. Like I remember being
Yeah.
scared of them as a kid, and then I rewatched it and was like, "Oh, these are actually comedies." But
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So I'll end it with this on Vent Haven.
Oh, yeah.
So there's replicas of figures. So some of them aren't actually retired dummies. They're just replicas of dummies that have
Oh,
existed.
great
For
copies
good,
that are
Oh.
going to
yeah.
get pissed off that they're not the
Gotcha.
original.
So
Yeah.
Edgar Bergen, Paul Winchell, Sherry Lewis, authentic performance pieces used by Jimmy Nelson, Willie Tyler, Jay Johnson, Terry Fader, Jeff Dunham, and Darcy Lynn.
No wait,
So
Terry
some big
I
names
knew
in
one
there.
person out of that.
But then
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you all with some homework. Sorry about that. I used to be
Aw.
a teacher, so the museum has 4 performance figures that reportedly belong to William Wood, who died under unclear circumstances when the tugboat he and his daughter were on foundered. I don't know,
Okay.
foundered
Hit
in the
ground.
Gulf of Mexico in 1908. There are reports that it was a foul play situation. There are
Sounds
reports
like
that
if
it was a total accident,
floundered or whatever.
but those puppets apparently somehow survived it, and or they were
Oh.
recovered. So
They survived.
but they've
Oh,
yeah.
the people didn't, but the things that can't move did.
Yeah. They even did an episode of Mysteries at the Museum, which recounted his death. and how the figures made it to the museum. So
Whoa.
your homework would be: was there a little foul play in this guy's life? I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
someone like going for his dolls, or
No,
I
the
don't know.
dolls killed him. Duh.
oh, that's the horror
The
movie.
doll.
The
Yeah.
doll on the boat. You're on the boat. Dolls on a
Yeah.
boat. It's like snakes on a plane, but dolls on a boat.
Yeah. I
Okay,
am
now
tired of these motherfucking
Um,
dolls on this
yeah.
motherfucking boat.
Yeah, all the crew survived, but he and his daughter did not, and they were the only passengers
Oh.
on board. So it's like, it's kind of weird.
That is kind of weird.
That is kind of
There's
weird
reports
now.
of pirates. There's reports of they were thrown to the sharks. There's reports of all kinds of stuff.
How would you
Huh.
throw someone to the sharks?
They had to be quite annoying, I bet.
How
Maybe
would
they
you
caught him fucking
investigate
the
a
dolls.
I
a
bet they were. I
crime
bet he
Get
was.
these freaks
I
off
bet
of
he
this
was.
boat. They're fucking the dolls.
Yeah, I bet he was just like performing on the boat.
He
and
was
they're
just
like,
being himself."
No, yeah,
He's just performing.
were
Like,
like, "Get
this
this
is
guy
so
outta
bad. Yeah, get this guy out of here.
the sharks won't even eat you.
That would be amazing if
shit.
if even the sharks wouldn't go for it. I mean, maybe the sharks didn't. I mean, they didn't eat the dolls. They were. Maybe the crew was jealous and they wanted to fuck the dolls.
Yeah,
This guy's keeping them sexy dolls all to himself.
Yeah.
Gotta get rid of him.
I shared that to our group chat just based on the photo of them sitting there, and then I learned all the things I've said.
That's
I was
horrible.
like, "That's
God.
So
kinda
Vent
crazy."
Haven's like ventriloquist Haven. It's not like Vent
Yeah,
Haven is like
that's
the
why I was
place where
like,
they are.
Vent is there, but you don't say
You would
vent.
never guess ventriloquist.
Yeah, you can't even.
You know,
do
he
you
was
think-
he was like filling out like the business permits for this museum, right? And he was like ventriloquist Haven, and he's like trying to spell it out.
exactly.
Vent.
Vent.
Yeah, we'll just do Vent Haven. It's close.
Vent.
Do you
Haven.
think like when Jeff Dunham goes to like other like when like ventriloquists go to like meetups or whatever or whatever they do, they're all in a big group. They go in, they're like,
Yeah,
"What's
all
up,
5 of them.
Vince? What's up, my Vince? Yo, is there a
I sure
draft in
hope
here?
not.
Because there's a
I
bunch
sh-
of Vince in here."
I sure hope
Oh,
not.
I remember seeing Jeff Dunham perform as a kid, and I thought somebody off stage had a microphone.
That's funny.
And so Jeff was talking when he was talking, and the guy off stage was talking when the puppet was. And then Mom was like, no, he's doing both. And I was like, but his mouth's not moving. And she's like, that's the point.
Mhm.
That's
I was
why
like,
it's kind of
"Oh."
cool.
I always
Cool.
forgot that Jeff was standing there. I would just stare at the doll,
Yeah.
and then he would say something. I'm like, stupid person. What are you even doing here? Go away.
We went
But
to a
I
live
do-
show
Yeah, we
Really?
went to his Christmas show. It was filmed in July.
Nice.
in
Like,
July
everybody's on
in
that.
Springfield, Missouri, Illinois. One of
No,
the
we were
two.
Missouri.
One
I
of the
believe.
Springfields.
I believe it was Missouri.
I remember when I was really big into America's Got Talent, there was a 13 or 14-year-old girl that she won because she sang while also like doing ventriloquism or whatever.
I think that was
was
the
really good,
Darcy
though.
Lynn.
Yes, Darcy Lynn is her name, and
Yeah.
she was really good actually. And
Very
her
cool.
and her dummies were like fluffy rabbits and stuff, so it was way
that's
way
cute.
cooler. Yeah,
That's
way
cute.
cooler.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm not going there though. So next subject.
Yeah,
I think we
pack your
should.
bags. We're
I
going
think
to
we should.
Kentucky.
Yeah, we're definitely.
I
now
said I
we're
was not going.
definitely gonna tie you up and take you to Kentucky to see these dolls.
Ah,
What if we
Would
dress
you
up
have-
like we paint our mouths, we dress up like dolls, and we try to sneak in,
Yeah.
like stay after hours?
I gotta go pick up my son.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
See ya, bruh.